global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. A lot of development is coming up concerning Rivers State. Don't forget that as at the time, the governor of the state, Similar Fubara, was working as the governor, he was denied access to the local government account. But interestingly, fresh development has come up pointing to the fact that IIbokEtte has received LG allocation for 2 months. Also, in a related development, one of the key stakeholders in Rivers State and also female activist has spoken up concerning what is going on as it has to do with the financials, everything about the finances of Rivers State. All of this detail will be coming to us in a jiffy. But first of all, let's start up with what is going on in Rivers State in respect to LG allocation. And according to the news, the Rivers State government has received its local government allocation from the Federation Account from the Federal Account Allocation Committee FAAC for January and February 2025 from the federal government. Data from FAAC, which was published by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, shows that the state government received a total sum of 36.6 billion naira for both months. It was gathered that the fund was disbursed to the Rivers State government under the leadership of IIbokEtte, who is the sole administrator of the state for 2 months, as January and February 2025. The data also showed that 16.7 billion naira was allocated for the month of January, while 19.9 billion naira was released for February. The funds would be shared among all the 23 local government area of Rivers State. Recall that Lateef Fagbemi, the Accountant General of the Federation, has assured that allocation for the state will be received or released to the state following the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State. And to me, it will be in order for the release of the fund because the event of the extraordinary situation has brought them out of the normal situation. Also, in a related development, a Niger Delta prominent activist and political commentator and Brigg has weighed in on the escalating crisis in Rivers State, attributing the recent declaration of state of emergency to the absence of elder statesman and regional peace advocate Chief Edward Clark. Speaking in an interview, Brigg stated emphatically that if Chief Clark has not died, the state of emergency in Rivers State would not have been declared. She noted that Chief Clark, until his passing, remained a key voice of reason in Niger Delta and has consistently intervened to de-escalate political tension in Rivers and other states in the region. According to Brigg, the current situation in Rivers State, a conflict involving political factions, question of authority and increasingly volatile rhetoric, was one of the final issues Chief Clark passionately advocated to resolve before his death. The issue in Rivers State were one of the very last fight he fought before his death. If he were still alive, the issue would have been close to resolve, if not resolved. Brigg expressed disappointment that such a critical moment in Rivers State political history has coincided with the loss of one of its most respected elder statesmen. She argued that Clark's moral authority, history of statesmanship, and personal involvement in Niger Delta affairs would likely have prevented the crisis from spiraling to its current level. Beyond the political impasse, Brigg also raised concern about troubling development regarding the state financial operations, citing rumors. She said, "We are hearing that Rivers State account has been moved from one bank to another." While she did not provide further details or confirmation, she warned that such action, if true, could signal deep-rooted issues in the state governance and control of public funds. The crisis in Rivers State has attracted national attention in recent months, with growing call for federal intervention amid reports of deteriorating security and strained relations between political actors. The state of emergency declaration, which allows for federal control over key aspects of governance in the state, has been met with mixed reaction from stakeholders, with some viewing it as necessary for stability and others concerning it as politically motivated. Brigg concluded her remarks with a call for calm, urging political leaders at both the state and federal level to prioritize dialogue and peace building. The people of Rivers State deserve leadership that listens to them, not power struggle that threaten their safety and future. As the situation unfolds, citizens and observers alike await further clarification on the financial rumors and potential step towards reconciliation among the state divided leadership. I mean, this is quite disturbing, I must say. Most Nigerians have reacted to it. One journey, Libere says, we all know what happened when you move such huge sum of money around just for even today anywhere in the world. Interested parties and benefactors should be able to monitor this uncontrolled madness in the state. Another person says, on River State, what's the need of moving account from one bank to the other? This is becoming unbearable. So many reactions coming in there, in respect to the development. But it's important for us also to know that all of this happening, it's hopeful that an end will come to it. So personally, I think it's outrightly wrong, for this level of development to be taking place in Rivers State, because it's as if there's some smell of permanency, though we know that 6 months is quite a long time. We're talking about half of the month here, half of the year. So it's quite a lengthy time. But then I think it shouldn't call for all of that. Suspension of the governor does not mean he's totally out of place. And no matter what, I still believe that there will still be room for accountability on the part of the sole administrator when the real government comes on board. Don't forget that whoever that is working right now is still, that's talking about IIbokEtte, he's still using the money that belongs to the River State people, legitimately belongs to them. So at the end of the day, it's expected that you give account of it. Opening a new account, though it has not been confirmed, they say it's alleged, but opening a new account, for me, it's as though they won't be returned to power. Expectation was that they will continue, but I also feel that for accountability's sake, to be sure that he's the only one that is working on that account, somehow it makes some level of some deal of sense, for him to have his own personal account that he will, be getting money from. But be that as it may, let's be hopeful that the money handed over to him in terms of that of the local government will be remitted to the appropriate quarters and the right thing done, because what really matters when it comes to the issue of democracy is actually the people, though unfortunately, similar for Barra himself, it seems to be quiet, and maybe he's doing some underground things to see how he can return back to power. But however, we'd like to leave it there. Let's meet our commission.